So let's get fucking into it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our second annual Super Bowl special for this year's matchup between the Chiefs and 49ers. I am here with the two boys that started it all with me, Jack Braverman, Ryan Hodscott, and today's episode is jam-packed. We got trivia. We're talking headlines. We got snake drafts. We got halftime shows. We got a massive announcement that nobody has seen coming. We're going to have the Unbettable crew on. We're going to talk prop picks. We're going to go through actual bets. And then after all of that, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to outro. And of course, we're going to thank you guys because none of this is actually possible without you. Gentlemen, I can't believe we're here. We made it through the entire football season. Just absolutely unreal. We did it. There was a little hiatus for us, but we came back. We kicked some.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed on Jack Braverman's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and Hodscus through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly beaving, and the Mondo's red glare, the Hodscus bursting in air, gave proof to the beaver that Gare was still there. Oh, say does that Johnny Mondo better yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of Gary Gowdy.
Okay then.
That was fucking horrible.
What the
way to ruin the intro, I guess.
Was that planned?
You really think anything to do with him is planned?
That's very fair.
That man just calls it how he sees it. I can't stand him. Yeah. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Are you as excited as I am for this incredible episode?
I'm kind of upset that Gary desecrated our national anthem.
I know. That kind of pissed me off.
Yeah, I was in a great mood, and now I'm like, eh.
All right. Well,
let's get the spirits back up.
Is there a football game this weekend or something?
Some are saying there are. Thank God Gary's not on the national anthem this weekend. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Reba.
Let's get to it, boys. Let's get fucking to it. Let's start with the first headline of Super Bowl week. Now, typically, it's a custom for you to drink after you celebrate winning the Super Bowl, correct? That would make sense to most of you?
Yes.
What would you say if I told you that the best player in this year's game, his father got his third DUI a week before the game? They haven't won anything. He was just out drinking and got caught again. What if I told you that?
I mean, at this point, it's his third one. What is he gonna think was gonna happen if he did it? I get he was excited his son won the AFC championship, but come on. Now he was putting not only himself but others at jeopardy. Bad way to
Unreal.
start Super Bowl week for the Chiefs.
Something about those Mahomes boys and up off the liquor.
Yeah.
Except Patrick.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Part of me thinks like if you have $500 million, you know your dad has a problem with drunk driving. Like, shouldn't you get him a driver at that point?
Yeah. Or give
Like,
him let him sync your Ubers together or Lyft or
yeah.
something.
Like,
Yeah,
bro,
but
State Farm's gonna drop him as a sponsor.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
want to
that's
know, wasn't it a rental car too?
I think so.
Because it was in Baltimore, wasn't it?
no, I thought it was back in Texas.
It was Texas.
Oh, okay. Then yeah. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Still.
But like that was the first thought that popped in my head. Like your son's got 500 mil. Maybe have him invest in a driving service for you because you damn sure can't be on the road.
Yeah.
The other thing that I've started to notice too is the Mahomes sacrifice for Super Bowls. Let me break it down for you. You got the sexual assaulter of a little brother,
Yeah.
was Jackson. Jackson's his
Yeah.
name. You got the crazy wife. You
Yeah.
also have 2 Super Bowl rings. So, as a gambler at heart, I'm thinking, okay, another issue happened this year with his dad. Are we going to see a third ring for Patrick Mahomes? Does that math add up?
I mean, it's a pretty 50-50 shot if you ask me right now.
Well, hey, we like those odds, Scott. You
So,
dickhead.
we'll see. I mean, who knows? If it's worked before, I want to say that it's not worked on the years, but there's always been some scrutiny with both of them, so it probably has arise some sort of problem before Super Bowl week or of Super Bowl week where they've won it. But I mean, he's also lost one, and
Yeah.
they were both exist. So maybe there wasn't a scrutiny that year against Tampa, but we'll see.
I honestly have not yet picked my team. I honestly think it's 50-50, like Oscar said. The Chiefs are the team of destiny. Mahomes can get it done. I don't know if we're doing our picks now, but I'll leave it at that. Brock Purdy seems like a good man of God, and
Yeah.
whichever way the game goes, it's kind of not up to him, I guess. Even though he's throwing the passes, but we'll see.
We'll talk through a couple more headlines, give you some more time to sink your head into who you want to pick. Let's move on to the second, and you already brought him up, and that is Brock Purdy. Now, the whole thing with Brock Purdy, 199 Mr. Irrelevant to Super Bowl QB. But I think something that's underrated is his looks. And I'm not here to tell you he's a great looking guy. I don't look at him like that. I look at him as a QB. But I know he looks like that one chick who gets to go to the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
I also know he looks like he killed JFK. That guy looks exactly like Lee Harvey Oswald. I don't know if you guys saw that trending on Twitter at all. I'll pull up the pictures, but at this point, I think Brock Purdy is the most generic looking American that you could have.
Yeah, I mean, he's a white guy from where is he from? Is he from? I think he's from Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona.
Originally. So he's just a typical white guy from Arizona. I mean, there's nothing wrong with him in terms of his looks. He kind of looks like an NPC.
He
And
looks
everyone
like
has
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Everyone has a look. I see it, the facial structure, but the hair is different for me. That's what throws me off.
The girl, I 100% see.
Yeah, the girl, the facial
That's
structure. If the girl had the same haircut, they could be identical, like twins.
Oh, I 100% agree with that. I was shocked it took her this long to get the invite to the Super Bowl. Like,
I mean,
it's about time.
Yes and no. I mean, if you're annoying someone on TikTok for just looking like the person and have never actually met the person, like if I looked like say Travis Kelsey, there's no way he would invite me to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but we've seen some weird shit this year in the NFL, including Taylor Swift becoming a Chief super fan. And not just that, in her first year of fandom, she gets to experience the Super Bowl. I
Well,
haven't even
yeah,
seen a playoff win the entire years I've been alive. So this is it is beyond infuriating for me as a football fan, as a Dolphin fan. This shouldn't be allowed. You shouldn't be allowed to just be in the Super Bowl the first year. She should have had to at least gone through like the Panther gauntlet or something like that to where she earns the stripes to be at the Super Bowl.
yeah. I mean, I don't at this rate, it probably won't be her last Super Bowl either.
It's
I mean, she
unreal.
was she was uh I mean, not necessarily into the game of football as she is now, or definitely not on the bigger stage and the main stage that she is now. I mean, she was a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and they were in the Super Bowl last year. So the
Yeah.
last 2 years, her team has been in it. That she's root. It's just flip flop this year. Um,
I mean, you
but
could
I
say
Agreed.
it's the first Super Bowl in their first year for a lot of the guys that were on the Chiefs last year,
yeah, agreed.
which is
I
even crazier.
I just can't believe it. Like I'm just at this point, I'm not even mad. I'm just so jealous of Taylor Swift. Like, and it has nothing to do with her being like a billionaire. It has nothing to do with her, being with Travis Kelsey. It's literally the fact that she gets to experience a Super Bowl basically every season. And I just could only dream of that.
You could
I
do it too if you just join the bandwagon.
Yeah, hop
no,
on,
I'm loyal.
dude. The
That's one thing I
dude,
have over her is that I'm loyal to my team. Just so
hop on the
happens my
Texans
team
bandwagon.
cannot win in the playoffs.
Hop on the Texans. They're an up and coming team. They're going to be good for a long time. Now's the perfect time to join.
Yeah, I mean, there's better teams in Florida too.
Yeah, that's very
Let's
true.
relax here. I mean, Hod, at least my team is going up right now. What's going on with you guys? What are you looking towards? No, don't count because I'll count 28 World Series rings.
Oh, we're not talking
What
about
is that?
baseball.
Yeah,
How?
but
What are
it's
you
the Super
like?
Bowl.
How'd you do that?
How
Beef,
do-
did you see that?
I saw that there was a bubble thumbs up there that you did digitally
How'd
somehow.
you do that?
Me? I don't know. I'm on my
Start
phone.
start counting again.
Probably because I did this. I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
know.
know.
What
I
the
can't
hell is
explain
that?
what just happened.
But yeah, still, I mean, Patriots. It just depends on who we draft, really. If I buy in or buy out. If we draft Drake May, I might. I'm gonna cry. If we don't draft Drake May, then I might be happy.
There's one
Yeah.
team out there that's going to make the mistake and draft Drake May top 10, and it's going to
I
be
think it's gonna be.
Daniel 2.0.
I think it's gonna be. Well, it depends now. It depends who if the Commanders trade up. Because if they don't, they'll just run back Howell and May in the same quarterback room. But if they trade up and get Caleb Williams because of
What pick do they have?
Cliff, two.
Patriots?
Patriots have three. Commanders have two.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Jaden
So I'm
Daniels is out there. Would you want
exactly
him?
that's yes. I would really want him.
Okay,
If we
I'm
draft
just asking.
if we draft Jaden Daniels, Marvin Harrison Jr. with the third pick, I will be happy.
Okay.
You think it's going to be, well, I guess it can't be one of those years where I'm thinking like quarterback goes first overall, and then the second pick is just some guy you never heard of.
I truly think the first three picks in this year's draft will be quarterbacks. And then the fourth pick will be Marvin Harrison to the Cardinals. And then they'll figure out what they're doing with Kyler and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're going to take Jaden Daniels. Who knows, though? I mean, there's still so much time, so much like there's still the combine and all the scouting and stuff like that. And plus,
Yeah.
I'm just a fan. Who knows if trades, free agency, like there's a couple decent older quarterbacks out there. So maybe Patriots are just like, hey, we'll sign a veteran for 2 years or something like that. I don't know.
Hey,
But
Joe Flacco. Joe
Yeah.
Flacco's
I mean, Flacco's on the market, Kirk's on the market, Russ is on the market. So
wow.
I mean, there's options, but I don't know. We'll see. I just hope we get our defense healthy again because I truly think our defense is good, but and our offense is still the problem. But I mean, last year I think our four best defensive players got hurt by like week 6, so
Mm-hmm.
that was tough.
It's all
Crazy
right.
that the
But
Mac Jones era has finally come to an end.
yeah, I know. I wanted it to be the Malik Cunningham era, but they didn't give him a shot.
It's all right.
Hmm.
We'll survive.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Let's take a look, see how these teams got to the Super Bowl, and just kind of our overall thoughts as to what we think going in. So if we look at the Chiefs, after a very mediocre regular season, especially for their standards, they found their way back to the Super Bowl. I mean, you talk about it, you got the wide receiver drama with the weak wide receiver room. You got the
Mhm.
whole Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift love story that's going on. You got just this and that throughout the regular season. It was kind of pulling everyone's attention away from the actual football game. Yet somehow they find their way back into the playoffs. They beat the Dolphins in the first round. I'm not upset. I'm not upset. Let's keep going. In the Frozen Tundra game. I mean, just an absolute unreal, you know, one of a kind elemental challenge. They find their way through it.
It's football
Then,
weather.
yeah,
Mhm.
I don't even know if that's football weather. That's just
Mhm.
misery.
Yeah.
Um, and then Mahomes as an underdog, first game on the road in the playoffs for his entire career. He beats the Bills in the divisional round, fourth quarter touchdown. And then they match up against the MVP and Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. And, underdog once again, they jump out to an early lead. It's been the Travis Kelce show throughout the playoffs, and they kind of coasted to the win. And here they are.
Mm.
So, to ask you guys straight up, what has been the big factors in them making it this far into the playoffs?
I think it's the person that you just said, Travis Kelce. I mean, you look at his regular season, and by his standards, wasn't the best year. And I guess that he was getting double teamed a lot because of their weak receiving core and all the drop issues and yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he was like there was like a stretch where I don't think he had above 10 fantasy points for like 5 weeks in a row when he's was going first round. And I'm not relating it to fantasy, but still, you expect the big type of games from him every single week, and he didn't live up to that expectation. But in the playoffs, it's one game, it's do or die, and he's just come to life. And kind of everything on the offense was flowing through him,
Mm-hmm.
especially when the offensive line has time and Mahomes can get out of the pocket. And I think that's where Mahomes is most dangerous. And then when Kelsey's able to kind of change his routes and do whatever he wants up the field, that's when they're most scary. And that's what they've been doing. They did it a couple times against the Ravens. That's how they scored their first touchdown. Mahomes out of the pocket. You said Kelsey's over there somewhere. Boom. Touchdown 7-0. Didn't look back. So if they could do that against the 49ers, which the 49ers have a really good defense as well, yeah, they should be in a pretty good spot.
Steve, over to you.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember, and I'm just saying this. I don't know if it's factual, but it probably is. I think this got to be the most like all pros that the defense has had
Yeah,
in
Mm-hmm.
Mahomes.
agreed.
And you factor that in, their offense wasn't great. The wide receiver room was shaky in the middle of the season. That could be an understatement. But they just found a way to stay in games with their defense. And ultimately, when Mahomes is quarterback, if you're in a one-score game, you're probably going to come
Mm,
out on top. And also, I think you also have the best running back of the Mahomes era in
Mm-hmm.
Pacheco. And I think that's the winning formula when your offense isn't firing like it always is.
yeah, good
Yeah.
point.
I mean, we've been saying it for the past, couple weeks. At this point, the Chiefs are inevitable. They're the new dynasty. They're the new Patriots. That's just how it is. And I feel like the NFL has kind of accepted it at this point. I don't think they're viewed as much as enemies as the Patriots were. I think it's
Mhm.
going to take some time for them to get there. But Mahomes is on his way towards that GOAT conversation. He's not there by any means, but a couple more Super Bowls, he clearly has it in his bag.
Yeah.
The guy is just unreal. He's an unreal talent, and he makes it work every game. Doesn't matter what it is.
I
Yeah.
think him and the Chiefs are definitely starting to get some of that Tom Brady and the Patriots hate, though, especially now.
Mhm.
Second Super Bowl in a row, what, third in 4 years or something, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I think a
Yeah, I don't like all the people that I'm all up in the comments on all these sports pages, and people are just hating on this matchup. I think it's the best matchup we probably could have gotten. I think these are truly the two best teams. I
Agreed.
get the Ravens are, a fan favorite. The Lions. It's incredible that they even won a playoff game, let alone almost won the NFC Championship. But yeah, this is the best matchup we could have gotten. Just enjoy the game.
Yeah, I agree. It's not the most exciting matchup on paper. Like, I don't think there's going to be that many points scored. Where if it was like Ravens, Detroit, I could have seen that game going into the 30s. I think this is going to be like a 27-23 type ball game. Good defense all over. Offense might struggle at some points in the quarters. But yeah, it should be a really good game to watch, especially for a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think you guys kind of hit it on the head here. It's not an exciting matchup. Like, you're not like, oh, the Lions and Ravens, these teams never get here. Like, this is
Mhm.
unreal. You're looking at two teams. One team just continues to win no matter what. The other team has one of the most obnoxious fan bases in the NFL. They always think they're the underdog despite being favored by everything. So it's like you're looking at these two teams and you're trying to decide the lesser of two evils. Like, you don't really want a winner. And that's why people are struggling to pick a winner in these games, because
Mhm.
it's like I at this point I'm here for Usher and the commercials, because I don't really care who
Mhm.
wins. Like, it's gonna be obnoxious either way. It's just that's the way it is this year.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate, but it is a great matchup. You can't hate that if you're like a pure football fan. So, it is what it is. It's gonna be a great game. But let's look into how the 49ers got here. So they lock up the number one seed after absolutely historic collapse by the Philadelphia Eagles this season, which we'll get to in another episode. It's unbelievable.
Mhm.
They survived a lot of injuries during the season that almost derailed them along the way. They stayed steady, found a way to get it done. Despite what their fan base seems to think, these guys are always favorites. They're always putting up big numbers. They got a great defense. We look at it. You got all pro receiving threats. You got a top 5 O line, top 5 defense. You got arguably top 5 running back in the history of the NFL, just pure talent wise. Maybe
Mhm.
top 3. I don't know yet. We'll find out. But then, they make it to the playoffs. They have the bye the first round. Then they match up against the Packers. They go down early. They mount a comeback. They end up winning at the end of the game. Packers miss a kick, screw themselves over, barely win. Then you match up against the Lions. 49ers come back in the second half, down 17, beat the Lions by 3. Again, a game they should not win. They are the exact opposite of the Chiefs in this playoffs. They have not looked good until the very end of the game, whereas the Chiefs have looked good to start the game and have not finished well. So it's literally like a team divided, two sides of the coin, whatever you like, however you want to explain it. It is a very interesting matchup. So I
Yeah.
want to turn it over to you guys. What do you think are the reasons that the 49ers made it here?
That's a good question. To be honest, I think exactly all the points you hit on. They're just a completely well-rounded team. They have all pros all around the field, guys that have been there, guys that are new, don't have that feeling of losing a Super Bowl. And they got a guy in Brock Purdy who can manage the game like nobody else in the league.
That's true.
Mhm.
Todd?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when you look at the 49ers roster, they have the best offensive tackle in football They have top 2 tight end in football. They probably have the number 1 receiving duo in football. They have the number 1 running back in football. They have the number 1 linebacker in football. They have probably the number 1 edge rusher in football. Like, their team is just loaded.
Yeah,
And like, it's like you were saying, like, they haven't started off well, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish games.
exactly.
Doesn't matter what the score is at halftime. All that matters is the score at the end of the fourth quarter. So, I mean, if they can play sound defense, contain Mahomes, keep him in the pocket, they could. And if they don't start off too slow on offense, it could be scary.
Yeah,
I sneaky forgot about that Packers game. They they should have lost that game. You know,
100%.
the way Jordan
They
Love
should've.
was playing, where the
They
Packers
should have.
were
They
playing.
should have lost both their playoff games.
Yeah.
They should have lost to the Lions last week. The Lions were up 17-0.
Yeah. Now that game, I'll give it's like an epic choke job by the Lions.
Mhm.
That Packers game should not have been that way. The Packers should have won that. We all know that. Like, that
Mhm.
was a rare case of, luck on the field. It is what it is. You move on. But man, it's just like you get so excited because by halftime, you're like, finally, the 49ers are out. We're going to have an underdog story heading into the Super Bowl. And then you blink and shit just goes haywire every single
Mhm.
time. So it is just a very weird year in the NFL. We've seen this betting wise. It's been hard for everybody. Nobody can predict it, yet it's the most obvious like matchup that you could have. But we looked at how they got here. Let's look at how each team can win the game. So I asked each of you to write a couple points down for each team, and we'll go through it. These are the keys to them to winning the game. So let's start with the Chiefs. I'll lead it off here. Your first key is believing in Spags. Spags is a defensive guru. He can shut down any offense known to man. If that man has a defensive game plan, you need to follow it to a T. That is your most crucial point. The defense has been what has kept the Chiefs afloat in the playoffs when the offense goes stagnant in the second half.
Mhm.
Next, you got to find Kelsey. Kelsey has been your automatic weapon. We know this is going to happen. It's going to keep happening. Nobody can match up to Kelsey on that 49ers defense. It doesn't matter who you put on them. I know you were talking about their linebackers and all that, but Kelsey is not a typical player. He's got the speed of a receiver. He's got the body of a tight end. The dude is just an enigma. Like, it's just that simple. You find Kelsey, you let Kelsey work his way around the field, finding the holes on the field. That's how you will get the ball downfield. And finally, the most important thing for the Chiefs, no unnecessary penalties. Their offensive line has jumped off sides at least 5 times a game throughout these playoffs. You cannot have that in the Super Bowl. This is your time to lock it in. Know your play counts, know your snap counts. It is crucial in the Super Bowl. Time moves a lot quicker. A lot of teams are afraid to pass. It's a lot of run game, so the clock's always ticking. If you keep moving the ball back, it makes it a lot tougher on you. So you cannot have unnecessary penalties. Beav, I'll throw it to you for your keys to the game for the Chiefs.
My keys to the game for the Chiefs starts out with what they've done all season and throughout the playoffs when they haven't been as good offensively, and that's winning the battles up front. I feel like this Chiefs team, different than years past, is just much more physical
Mhm.
and just tougher in general, especially in the playoffs. That game against Baltimore was hotly contested. The game in Miami, obviously, they just won the mental battles, I guess. Miami clearly lost the mental battle. No offense. And then Buffalo, they just hung in there. So I think winning the battles up front, and then that magical receiver. Every Super Bowl, you get to play the game by some no-name guy.
Yep.
The Chiefs wide receiver room is stacked with those no-name guys. I think one of them needs to step up. Rashid Rice is the most likely guy, but who knows? Could be a little Justin Watson catch. Could be
Yeah.
a Gray, Kelsey 2.0.
Mhm.
So we'll see.
Hod?
Yeah, I mean, that was one of my points, Berryman, is who's going to be that third guy in the passing game. I mean, you have Rashee Rice, but he's going to be shadowed by Charvarius Ward, who's a very good corner.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably going to have a tougher game. Not to say that he's going to do badly, but he's going to have a tougher game. Kelsey's going to be looked at by Dre Greenlaw and Tyler Hufanga all night. So he's going to have his work cut out for him. But then again, he still is Travis Kelsey. They need someone on third and like a seventh that be like can get open, do a little out route or a little slant, and can get that first down. So Mahomes has to find that guy early and hopefully often just to build their confidence back up because that'll open the game up a lot more for them. On defense, they need to make sure they wrap up and make tackles. You look at the Chiefs defense, it's very good overall, but they've given up a lot of big plays in this postseason. They gave up the long ball to Tyreek Hill against the Dolphins. They gave up the long play to Zay Flowers last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. They got to contain them, especially against San Francisco, because I mean they got speed demons all over the field on their offense. So if they can stop that, and then my last point is stop the running game and make Brock Purdy able to make him uncomfortable in the pocket because they're getting pressure. Chris Jones is getting pressure. Karlaftis is getting pressure. Whereas McCaffrey can't find holes to run it. Debo, when he's back there, can't find holes to run it. Make him pass the ball and get out of the pocket. That's when they could be the most dangerous and have the most luck. Making Brock Purdy make a mistake.
Yeah. All right. Let's go into the 49ers keys. So for them, I also have 3. The first, keep Mahomes inside the pocket. Do not let him break outside. He will hurt you with his legs. He can throw the ball sideways. The guy is absolutely unreal. Do not let him get outside the pocket. Always have a spy on him. Always keep your edge rushers out wide just in case. It is so, so, so important. That's how Mahomes beats you, by his little improvising throughout the game. It just kills you. Take it from someone who it happened to. Do not let him outside the pocket. Next, let the stars shine. They are on your team for a reason. Give the ball to CMC. Let the man dominate. Let it pass it to him. Let him run it. Short passes to Ayuk. Let Debo do his options. Give Kittle the long ball every once in a while. Let your stars shine. That is so, so crucial. They know what it's like to be in big moments. It's what they are built for. Finally, Brock Purdy, do not force plays. That is your biggest weakness, is your turnovers. Whenever you start turning over, you get into your own head. You need to make sure that, hey, if the pass isn't there, throw it out of bounds. Shit, take the sack. Do not force a play because these defenders will eat you alive. Be smart with the football. Get it to your stars. Keep Mahomes in the pocket. That's how you win the game. Had?
Yeah, you took away one of my points. Keep Mahomes in the pocket. That's so big. But also make sure that he's forced more to throw outside instead of inside the lines, because inside the lines is where he's most dangerous, because that's always where Kelsey is or Rashee Rice usually is. No one really is a big threat on the outside for the Chiefs, or even a deep threat. So if you can contain the inside of the field and make them go towards the outside of the field, you're winning that battle already.
Yep.
My second point would be on defense, like you said. Fred Warner is just gonna have to, literally his job was just look at Mahomes and see where he goes. Again, it's pretty obvious, but he's the best middle linebacker in the game, and if he shuts down Mahomes from rolling out, it's advantage them. Third, create work off the play action a lot more on offense, especially because I feel like the Chiefs will fall for the play action. They haven't done too much of it this year, especially when they have one of the best running backs in the country. And you have the prime opportunity with the weapons that they have to do a little drag to Kittle or a post to Ayuk or Debo. Or even hit McCaffrey in the flat, even use check. Utilize the play action to your advantage because it can be so dangerous, and that's how I think they could potentially win this game.
Beef.
All good points. Yeah, I think it's easier said than done trying to stop Mahomes, but I think the easiest way to stop Mahomes is to keep him from having the football, and that starts with running the football on San Francisco's side and controlling time of possession, right? some
Yeah.
long drives. Doesn't matter if they don't end up in touchdowns. You get a field goal or maybe just, kick 5, 6 minutes off the clock, maybe more every drive, ideally. Time of possession, run the ball on first down, keep the ball out of Mahomes' hands. And then my second point, when the ball is in Mahomes' hands, dial up some blitz packages, get those guys rushing at Mahomes, get some man-to-man matchups against the weak Chiefs wide receiver room. Eventually going to lose some of those matchups, might lose one or two of those. Could be critical plays in the game, but there's 50 plus plays. They're not going to win all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they're going to get to the quarterback, and that's a game changer there. So blitz and control time of possession.
All right. We just went top to bottom, past to present to future. Beav, I'll start with you. Who are you picking to win the game?
When it comes down to it, I think Patrick Mahomes is going to have a better offensive game than Brock Purdy. It's the Super Bowl is just his natural habitat. The defenses, I mean, San Fran's defense is great. The Chiefs' defense is also great. And I think Mahomes is this is cliche, but he's the edge, So I think the Chiefs win a close one.
Hod, who are you picking?
It's such a tough game. But what my thought process is, it's kind of what we were alluding to earlier, how the Chiefs start so hot and don't usually finish the best, where the 49ers start slow but finish better. And it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. I think the 49ers win this game tight. I think they play better defense than the Chiefs. That's what's going to win them this game.
I've been burned on this too many times. We know it's a hell of a matchup. It's going to be tight played. It's going to be a great game. I just can't bet against them. I'm taking Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs. It has to happen. The guy is inevitable when it comes to playoff football. It just happens that way. So let's lock it in. Chiefs, Niners. We're ready. Let's enjoy the game, but let's send it over to trivia. It is time. Super Bowl trivia matchup 2v2. Beav and Hod, me and Holmes. We got the full Big Dog content crew out here, led by Gary's dumbass, the trivia maestro himself. Clearly, you know which way he's leaning in this game. We're going to wait for him to pull up the trivia board because we have no clue what the fuck it is. It's going to be 20 questions, 10 questions per team. If you get it wrong, you can steal. The other team can steal. You will have a 20-second timer on the clock to discuss your answer. Once that's over, it's incorrect, and you have to move on to the other team. So, without further ado, Gary, I am sending it over to you. Take it over.
What up, Sade? Today we are doing a Super Bowl trivia. Woo! I'm about 3 sodas deep while recording this trivia, so the sodas be hitting right now, and I'm ready to do some fucking trivia. All right, teams, like Mondo said, we got Mondo and Holmes versus Beav and Hod. Everybody keep track of your own points because we know that I suck at that. Is everybody ready?
I'm good. Let's start it.
Sure.
All right, here we go. Let me read the question first. Wait, it doesn't even matter this time. Question 1. How much does... Wait, this one goes to Beav and Hod. How much does the Vince Lombardi trophy weigh?
All right, Beav, what are you thinking?
I think it's got to be more than 7 pounds.
I think so. I think so too.
I
feel like
10 seconds.
I think it's gonna be like, I think it's 10 or 12. If I'm being,
I want to say 12. I think it's got some weight to it.
All right,
yeah.
time's
all right,
up.
let's say 12.
Final answer.
12.
Incorrect. We give it to Mondo and Hart for the opportunity to steal.
All right, Holmes. I think it's 10.
You think it's 10? I was gonna go with 8, but I can see how it could be 10.
I
feel like 10
it
is-
looks so light. I can't
And 10 is just like a round even number, so I feel like
Yeah.
that's fair. Yeah, let's go with 10.
All right, we're going with 10.
You're both incorrect. So now what? Do I give the right answer?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right answer is 7 pounds.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
I thought it was heavier, but then I thought about whenever Tom Brady like threw it across the bay, I was like, kind of makes sense because I doubt he's throwing like a fucking 12-pound trophy across a body of water.
Gary,
I
you
mean, it's
got so
5
much
pounds.
enthusiasm tonight. I love it.
Much of a difference there between 7 and 12 pounds.
That's 5 more pounds, dude. Next question. This one goes to Mondo and Hart. Who did the Eagles play in their first Super Bowl appearance?
Is that the Patriots, Holmes?
I think so. That was the first time they've ever been to the Super Bowl, right? Was when they won. Am I
That's
tripping?
what I think. Hod's smiling over there. I got to play the man.
Yeah.
10
all right,
seconds.
Yeah. Patriots.
Patriots.
Incorrect. Goes to Beav and Hod.
Oh, I thought it was when they played the Patriots and lost, Todd. But
No, there was one other one. I think it's the Raiders.
okay, I wouldn't know, so we'll just lock that one in.
I think it's the
Locking in at
Raiders.
Raiders. Raiders
Yeah.
are correct. First point goes to Beav and Hod.
Gary,
Shout out my
the-
fr-
the enthusiasm is just killing me here. You're
Shout
better
out
than
my-
melatonin.
Shout out my boy who's a Raiders fan. That's the only reason I knew that.
That's
I got
crazy.
that drip on you type shit. All right, question number 3. This one goes to Beav and Hod. Where was the warmest Super Bowl ever played?
Didn't we have this question the other day and it was New Orleans? Oh no, I'm
No,
That was
hold it.
that
Yeah,
was
I'm sorry.
Coldest.
Sorry. Warmest? Oh man. Tampa?
I
Maybe.
feel like Miami is like a
10
trick
seconds
question.
left.
Miami's a good
Uh,
answer. Solid answer.
I feel like it's a trick question. I don't know. For some reason, I'm thinking
5,
Dallas or Tampa.
4, 3, 2.
Dallas.
Dallas. Dallas is what you're locking in with.
Yep.
Dallas is incorrect. Mondo and Hart, go.
Holmes, I think it is LA.
I was gonna say the same thing. I just think that heat out there is like sneakily pretty high.
Yeah. We're going to go LA, Gareth.
Final answer is LA, and LA is correct. We are tied.
Let's go,
1 to
Holmes. Let's
1.
go, Holmes.
Next question. How much do Americans spend on beer for the Super Bowl? This goes to Mondo and Hart.
How much do
Damn.
Americans say?
I mean, any of these numbers make sense because I love drinking during the Super Bowl. So, I mean, do we want to just take a stab at the one that's not billion?
Hell no.
No.
10 seconds.
I feel like that 1.3. It's high enough, but not too high. It's like right in the middle.
All right, we're on the middle. 1.3 bill.
You're locking in with 1.3.
Yeah.
1.3 is correct.
Let's
Mondo and
go.
Hart at 2 points.
Nice.
Def saw
Next
that
question.
Instagram
Come on,
post.
That answer just felt right, you know.
Put your
Yeah.
thinking cap on, Beef. Question number 5 goes to Beef and Hod. Who has the most rushing yards in a Super Bowl appearance? Time starts now.
I know
I-
Legere Blunt had a crazy game that one year.
Yeah, I know. I don't think Ray Rice did have a great game. I don't know who Timmy Smith is.
Percy Harvin had one play.
10 seconds.
That sounds made
Yeah.
up, bro.
I don't want to say
like-
just
I
off.
like Blunt.
Okay, yeah.
Like it.
Locking in?
Yep.
Blunt is incorrect. Mondo and Hart, you got 20 seconds. Go.
Holmes, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't think Gary's smart enough to make up this name. I think he's on this list for a reason.
Timmy Smith.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
fucked up, man.
Yeah, rock with it.
We're gonna go Tim Smith.
Timmy Smith is correct. But fuck you, Mondo. for
I
saying
mean, I'm playing the man. I'm not playing the question, Gary.
We should start doing that, Hod.
Yeah.
that. All right, guys, chill out now. Mondo and Hart up 3-1 against Beeve and Hod. Next question's coming to you. Mondo and Hart, yes.
Okay.
What brand on average has the most Super Bowl commercials?
I mean, that's got to be Budweiser.
I feel like, yeah, I mean, I guess you'd be right because like I always see the Budweiser ones, but it doesn't always have to be Budweiser. 'Cause
But think it's
Budweiser,
Budweiser, Bud
Bud
Light.
Light, Mick Ultra.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's a lot of beers that are like encompassed in there. Yeah, we'll go Budweiser.
Budweiser is correct. They are up 4-1 on
Let's
y'all's
go
bitch
Holmes.
asses, bro.
Let's go
Come on.
Holmes. The
Tighten
sick
up.
boys running it up.
20 questions.
Beav and Hod. Next question. How many pizzas are consumed during the Super Bowl?
Damn.
I feel y'all are getting all the numbers questions. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Mm.
Oh, pizzas? That's a lot of pizza.
I know.
That's so much pizza that I want to take the least answer.
Should we take the least answer or do we play the man? Like, why would he put 13.5 million in?
Because it's the answer.
10
Right.
seconds.
Probably.
But he probably
I'll-
stole this shit online, and these were the answers online.
Yeah. All right, where do you want to go, Beef?
5.
Let's go
4.
13 and a half.
That's what you're locking in with?
Yeah.
Incorrect. Mondo Hart, go.
We baited
So-
him. We baited him.
Hart, here's what I'm thinking. I don't think Gary would do the lowest and the highest. He's been doing the second highest a lot, which is 13 and a half. I think this is one of the ones he sneaks it into the second lowest. So I think he
That's
goes
12.5.
12.5 million. I think that's what it is.
All right. All right. We'll go with that.
We're gonna lock in 12.5.
This is fucking.
That's correct.
Dude, you're reading him like a book. It's insane. Oh my god.
All right. I think that's 5-1 now.
Oh
Jesus
my
Lord.
god. I mean, just fucking smoking this man.
Next question. Who sang the longest national anthem at a Super Bowl? This goes
Ooh.
to Mondo and Hart.
I want to say it's either Mariah or Alicia.
I guess go. I feel like Alicia Keys' songs are usually slower.
Yeah. When I think of Mariah Carey, I feel like she tends to like draw out notes a lot. I don't know, but I definitely don't think it's Billy Joel, that's for sure.
Nah.
Are you want to rock? You want to just rock with Alicia then?
5.
All right,
4.
Alicia Keys.
They get it again.
Bang.
6-1. Jesus.
That's correct.
That is correct.
Wow.
Alicia Keys.
I didn't even need to play you.
Stephen
that
Hod, this question. How many Super Bowl wins do the Manning brothers have combined?
4.
It's 4.
There you go. What is that? 5-2 now. There we go. All right. Come
Good
back.
question.
Come back. Next question goes to Mondo and Hart. Who was the first wild card team to win the Super Bowl?
Wow. Damn.
Is it the Packers? Did they do that in
10
2011?
seconds.
I mean,
Five,
they've won it. Yeah, all right, let's
4,
go with them. They're the oldest team. That's the best chance we have.
3.
Bobs.
We'll go Packers.
Packers is incorrect.
Oh,
Stephen Hod. Take a
Right,
stab at it.
here. The
I'm
Raiders
going.
Super Bowls back in the day. But did they even have the wild card back then?
I'm trying to think. Okay, when the Cardinals won,
Kurt Warner years, maybe?
no, was that Kurt Warner years when they won?
Had to be, I think.
Yeah, then it wasn't him.
No, because I
Five,
don't. I think I want to
4,
say Vikings.
3,
Uh,
2,
uh,
1.
Vikings.
Vikings, your final answer.
Yeah.
Incorrect. It was the Raiders.
damn.
Okay.
Yeah, Raiders.
I don't
All right,
even
we're
think
at
the
5
Cardinals
to 2.
have a
A
Super Bowl
comeback
win.
is possible.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We got 6.
Sorry, 6-2. A comeback is possible. You just gotta trust and believe, Beav. All right, I got faith in you, homie. Next question: which city has hosted the most Super Bowls?
This is
Kind of.
sneaky tough. Is this our
This-
question?
No,
Whose
sorry,
question?
Mondo and Hart. Wait, no, yeah, it would be your question because Beav and Hod. Sorry,
It is our question?
yeah, because you guys just
Okay.
answered second, so you'd be first.
Okay. Well, I know one it's not.
Yeah, New Orleans has hosted the Super Bowl for longer, right? But
Yeah, I don't
Miami
think
has
it's
hosted every other year.
LA because they would have never
That's-
hosted it with the Chargers and they would have never like
10
I think
seconds.
I want to go New Orleans personally, but if you want to go Miami, go ahead because I
think
know it's for a
Miami's
fact it's not
The
New England.
obvious answer would be Miami. I think they've just caught
All
up to the last
3, 2.
All right, do it.
Miami.
There you go, Beav. Trust that gut. 6-3, baby. There you go. There you go. All right, next question. This is for Mondo and Hart. How much does the Super Bowl MVP get paid for saying we going to Disney World?
Wow, I didn't even know.
I
they
don't.
got-
I mean, I don't think that's how they say it. I think that's Polk Bonics right there.
Paul Connors? Yeah, potentially.
Paul-
Sorry, we are going to Disney World.
I
How much
feel
do they
like
get
it
paid for
is
that?
75K. What do you think, Holmes?
Yeah, I would rock with 75 or 100,000. To be honest, to be real honest with you, I had no idea that they even got paid.
I didn't either.
I just thought
Mhm.
everybody just said that because it's like, oh yeah, like
Five,
Yeah.
we're going on vacation.
4,
I feel like
3,
75.
2.
All right, 75K.
75.
They are correct. It is $75,000. I personally didn't know they got paid till today as well. That was pretty shocking.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah, I
Saying
had
a
no idea.
one-liner. All right, 7-3.
50,000 after tax, though.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Deloitte. Next question goes for Beav and Hod. Thanks to Dolphins running back Larry Sasonka's close brush with injury, Super Bowl 8 was the final game where it's the Super Bowl 8. I started putting numbers in.
Oh, well,
I want to say
It's-
it's the face mask injury. I mean the face mask option.
face mat. I want to say it's the goalpost.
In front of the end zone?
Yeah, wasn't that?
No, they never had
Or am I
that.
thinking of the XF? Yeah, I'm thinking XFL.
I
But which
think,
face mask one? I don't think it's chin
running
strap.
back, that's the 70s probably. So we're talking
10 seconds.
they were wearing face masks in that day, I think.
Yeah,
Maybe chin straps.
I don't know if it's. Why would his chin be hurt though? I think it's
5,
face. I think
4,
it's face mask or
3,
yeah.
2.
All right, face masks were optional.
Incorrect. Mondo Hart.
I think it's the goalpost.
I thought it was the goalpost too. I feel like I remember that being a thing back in the old days.
Gare, we're going goalpost.
Y'all are correct. God damn.
I'm sorry, Hannah. I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
Dog me
go,
out of
Holmes.
it, Beef.
Let's
9-3.
go.
9-3. The comeback is still there. Come on, man.
What do you mean in front of the end zone? Like at the goal line?
I mean,
In
that was
route.
like
Look
in
at
the-
you with the vocab, Gare.
Crazy.
what?
In route.
Oh, and the question. Yes, I do go to the University of Florida. Mondo and Hart, this question's for you. En route to joining the Steelers as the only 4-time Super Bowl champions, 49ers scored a Super Bowl record 55 points. What other record did they set? And this was Super Bowl 24.
I feel like I would go largest margin of victory. They
But
scored
did the
50
Seahawks do that over the Broncos?
Yeah, I mean that was kind of an ass kicking. I don't know if it was that much though, because if it was 45 points, like I don't think the Seahawks beat the Broncos by 45 points.
10 seconds.
Your call.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with largest margin of victory, 45 points.
God damn. They are kicking your ass. That is correct.
Wow.
Damn,
Good
baby.
shit, Holmes.
10-3.
Go. Blue boy
Holy
coming
sh-
through.
Next question. for Beav and Hod. I don't even know if the comeback is possible at this point. This Hall of Fame quarterback rode off into the sunset after winning MVP honors in his team's 34-19 win. This was Super Bowl 33.
All right, Super Bowl 33 was 25 years ago, so 1999 Super Bowl. So 1999 was
That Elway
Elway.
that was a Broncos run.
I'm pretty sure that was Elway. Yeah.
Final answer?
Yeah, Steve
Yeah.
Young. Yeah, no,
All right, you are correct. 10-4. Here we go, baby. Let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride. Going to the next question. Mondo and Hart. In what was an otherwise boring game, a 34-7 win by the Ravens, 3 touchdowns were scored in a record 36 seconds. How were these touchdowns scored? This was Super Bowl 35.
against the Giants.
All right, let's think here, Holmes.
Trent
Pick
Dilfer.
6 and back-to-back kickoff returns wouldn't be that quick. Is the maybe it is.
Talking about it'd be the quickest possible, I think.
Well, I thought it was just by the Ravens. I misread it.
Oh no. I mean, I kind of think that's probably the most logical. Like,
10 seconds.
We're gonna go with A.
yeah,
Pick 6 back-to-back kickoff returns.
A is correct. It was a pick 6 and back-to-back kickoff returns. That leads Mondo and Hart to an 11-4 lead over Beav and Hot right now.
You guys got this.
Yeah, boys. I don't know. This one's not looking too good. Question number 17 goes to Beav and Hod. The Buccaneers picked off Rich Gannon a record 5 times en route to a 48-21 victory. How many of those interceptions were returned for touchdowns? This was Super Bowl 37.
I'm gonna say, I think it's either 2 or 3.
Yeah, three's a lot. 5 picks is also a lot too.
Yeah,
They scored
feel like
40 points.
I
Three-
don't think
Three would make sense.
3 makes sense, but so does
But-
2.
3 would you'd
10 seconds.
be hearing about that more. I think 2 is probably more likely.
Yeah. All right, we'll go 2 final.
You're wrong.
Mm.
Mondo and
Holmes,
Hart.
this is where I'm playing the man again. He wouldn't do the extremes. They got 2 wrong. It's got to be 3.
yeah, 100%. The defense carried the Bucks in that Super Bowl victory. Like, they told the quarterback, just do not fuck up. Like, we will carry you to a victory. 3 pick 6s.
Gary would have put 3. It's got to be 3.
In honor of my name being Gary Gotti III, the answer is 3. Damn.
Holmes, who was the
Damn.
quarterback for the Bucks that year?
I'm pretty sure it was Brad Johnson.
Who the fuck?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
He was trash. The defense was so good that they had Warren Sapp, they had Rondé Barber, they had John Lynch,
Oh,
like
wait. Yeah.
Derek Brooks. I mean, they had everybody on
Yeah.
that defense. They said, bro, just hand the ball off. Do not turn the ball over. We will win. And the rest is history.
Gary, how does it feel that I'm putting you as the host in a blender as well?
Next question. How did we just go from 17 to 19? I don't know. But here we go. Along with catching a touchdown pass, Jacoby Jones returned a kickoff for a touchdown that stands as the longest play in Super Bowl history. How long was his return? This was Super Bowl 47. This goes to Beav and Hod.
We just had the last question.
You fucked up, remember?
This goes to
Oh,
Mondo
so-
and Hart.
I think it's 105 yards.
I think so too.
105.
Locking in?
Yeah.
Wrong. Beav and Hod, come on.
I'm pretty sure it's 108.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I'm pretty sure it's 108.
Let's fucking go. You got one right. Here we go. Now the score is a whopping 13-4.
What? We have at least 5.
13-5. It doesn't even fucking matter at this point, Beav. You got 2 more questions.
Mm.
You're getting swamp donkeyed right now, boy. All right, next question. Beav and Hod. Where was the
Beav,
first Super
We
Bowl?
know this. Wasn't this on the last one?
I don't
Or
think so.
another or another trivia we did. Isn't it New Orleans?
This is the last question, by the way. And
My
you got
mind
10
is telling
seconds.
me Houston, and I don't know why, but I feel like it's got to be New Orleans. Just makes sense.
Rock, paper, scissors. Go for it. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. New Orleans.
Wrong.
Didn't you
Monto and
both
Hart.
just think it was New Orleans, or am I crazy?
No, he said Houston. I said New Orleans.
All right, Holmes, let's think about this. I don't think it's New Orleans. I don't think it's Houston because Houston wasn't around.
10 seconds.
Yeah, the Houston Oilers.
Yeah, but not for the first one.
Oh, maybe not.
5,
I think it's
4,
between LA and Miami. I think it's LA.
3, 2.
All right, let's go LA.
LA.
LA is right. Oh my God. Beeve and Hod, if we were in person, you'd have to run a damn naked at this point, boy. What in the hell? What the hell just happened?
Sorry, man.
Garrett,
I
I
do feel
honestly
bad. I do feel bad. Let me speak. I do feel bad because I didn't know this was going to be an alternating trivia until right before we hopped on the pod. So I do feel like Beeve and Hod got the shit end of the stick on some of the questions. But
Game's a game.
exactly.
fun.
Regardless,
also I sent out that memo at like 10 a.m.
didn't see it. I just made the trivia, you know.
I know you don't read
Mhm.
things. I know. Garrett, I feel like you need to clip that section where I just annihilated your mental process. I think that's like the most amazing part. By the way, good games, gentlemen. That was fun. That was better than what we normally do for trivia.
GG.
But
Gentlemen's game.
And Beeve.
Holmes, I know you're sick. We'll let you rest for a little bit before the embeddable portion. So we'll see you in a little bit. Great work
All
out
right.
there, kid.
Appreciate
See
it,
you,
boys.
Holmes.
We'll see you
All
later.
right. You guys just saw that. I mean, that was, let's face it, that was an ass kicking. And it was a lot of fun, Gary. You did good with the questions, aside from literally skipping number 18. I don't know how you managed that, but you did. Today's draft, because we are going straight into the draft. It is the four of us. Gary finally gets to join again for the draft after we tricked him the last time he was on here doing it. So let's get into the topic. Today's topic, we all, like me, Gary, and Hot, all came up with this idea within like 5 minutes of each other. They texted it, and I was talking to someone at work about it. It was unbelievable. It is the best musicians who haven't / should do the halftime show.
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive.
Oh, we're doing dead people too?
Okay, no dead people
Mhm.
then, if we're not prepared for that. No dead people.
I mean, you guys could do dead people if you want. I just didn't prepare for it because I thought it was like,
We'll do alive. Just alive.
oh yeah.
So, as you know, there's only one way for us to choose the draft order. Put them up. Garrett, turn on your damn camera. Rock, paper, scissor, shoot. Okay.
Beeve, you switched your shit up at the last second, you motherfucker.
From what to what?
I don't know, but you did
Yeah,
it.
exactly, bitch. Just beat two of y'all.
Okay, well, let's do it this way. Beeve cuts Gare. I cover Hod. So that leaves Beeve and I.
What?
What?
All right, let's go again.
Why don't we just spin a wheel to decide who spins the wheel?
Yeah, just
Rock, paper, scissor, shoot. All right, Beeve, pick the order.
All right. I'm gonna go myself, and then Pod, and then Mondo, and then Gary.
What? Me last? I would have never thought that.
Hod, don't forget to write these, please.
yeah, I am.
All right. Jack Braverman, please kick us off in the 5-round draft.
Yeah, I'm gonna start off with like the obvious answer. Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I just had to go ahead and take her first because if it wasn't first, it'd be second or third. or fourth. Although I don't think Gary's
It
smart enough.
tends to be how a
But,
draft goes, but yes, I
Yeah.
agree.
yeah, she's got hits on hits for all races and ages and genders and all over the world. And
Yeah.
she performs. She does stadiums every night, and this is like her natural habitat. I think
Yeah.
she declined it in the past, maybe more than once, but now she's kind of on the NFL's payroll, so it's only about time before we see her. Maybe next year.
All right. Hot.
Fair. I'm gonna take Drake.
I mean,
feel
I
like-
feel like that was the obvious 1 and 2.
Yeah. I think everyone. Those were the top two. Those were the first two names I wrote down when we did this idea. So
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna
Easy.
take the
Imagine
dyn-
Drake trying to narrow down his whole career to what, 8, 9 songs?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would look.
I'm gonna take the dynamic power couple that only performs together these days. Give me Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Well, Beyonce's played multiple times at the Super Bowl halftime.
Give me Jay-Z,
Yeah.
not Beyonce. Fuck Beyonce.
I'm gonna go Post Malone.
Damn,
like
good
most-
pick.
That's one that's probably next year, to be honest.
I feel like
I
he could
had-
bring out a lot of good features, and it could be a
Yeah.
fire show. And then I
You're
get
up
another
against-
pick. Let's go with a one that kind of would shock the world, but I think could be fire. Foo Fighters.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
I mean, it's kind of like when Coldplay pulled up. Like I feel like that was. I mean, they're a great band, but I feel like nobody really expects like the band dynamic. They expect like a big solo artist. So
Yeah.
fuck it, Foo Fighters.
So when I think of this band, I think of music that gets people amped. It's the perfect, you're getting hyped for a game, you're playing their music. They don't have any misses, straight bangers. Give me AC/DC.
Yeah. That'd be a good one. With my next pick, I'm gonna take the King of Miami, Mr. 305,
That's a
Mr.
good one.
Worldwide, Pitbull.
Has he never done one?
No, he's done I believe the national anthem, but he's never done the halftime show.
Nice.
I gotta look that one up when this ends. I never thought of him as a singer like that. But my next pick, I'm gonna go with someone who I'm honestly surprised hasn't had a halftime show like within the last few years, and it's probably coming soon. I'm gonna take Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
That's valid.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, not much else to say. And then after that, I am gonna take Luke Bryan.
Bruh.
When you
Stop
think-
taking my picks.
Oh, there's a lot of names you could think when you think country, like some of the newer artists, but who's the most family friendly? Got the most, playable tracks that you can play in front of, large audiences at the Super Bowl. You gotta go with Luke Bryan. I'll probably bring someone out
Yeah.
that's good, but yeah.
Yeah, you stole my pick. To my knowledge, I don't think this man has, and someone could fact check me here if I'm wrong, because I'm on my phone. And
Can do. Go ahead.
I don't think Billy Joel has played one. And if he has, I won't pick him. But if he hasn't, then I'm gonna pick him.
He is not.
Yep, Billy Joel is my pick.
That would be good.
Is it me now?
Yes.
Okay. This is kind of a tough one, but I think I'm gonna go with the rapper who resonates with a lot of the NFL players. He's got bangers, and that is Future.
That would be so
Mhm.
fire.
I mean,
Yeah,
that
that
would
would
be
be fire.
incredible.
Probably PG-13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So my first pick, I'm envisioning the Super Bowl comes back to New Orleans for the 100th time, and Lil Wayne hops on the stage and rocks that motherfucker. So give me Lil Wayne. It's not my
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Oh, okay.
Still my pick
Um,
again.
My next pick. Give me Dua Lipa.
What the hell, Gary?
She's hot. She's popping. America would
Those
love
were
it.
both my goddamn picks.
I mean, you hate to see that, right? Okay. I'm trying to think of which way I want to go here. I got a couple in mind. Okay. So when you win any sort of championship, what's one of the first songs that comes to your head?
We
The
are the
answer
champions.
is We Are the Champions. Who does that? Ladies and gentlemen, that is Queen.
Dude,
They have
the,
Adam
Yeah.
the lead singer is dead.
They have Adam Lambert as their lead singer.
Fuck yeah.
Hasn't Queen done one too?
No, I don't think so.
They haven't. I thought I could be wrong. I swear they did one, but
I don't think they have.
Oh,
Oh,
Adam.
Adam
okay.
Lambert. Fuck that guy.
Hold on. List of halftime shows.
Adam Lambert.
um, it doesn't say they have.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
But when you make the graphic, Gary, you have to say Queen with Adam
With
Lambert.
Adam Lambert, yeah.
Well, that's not their name. Their name is Queen.
But in parentheses with Adam Lambert.
We'll see. Debatable.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
Well, Gary
Queen
stole.
Latifah has.
Oh, nice.
That's where your confusion happened.
Well, Gary stole both my picks. I was gonna go Dua Lipa, and then my idea would have been instead of Lil Wayne, get all the Lils and put them on each sing one song, kind of like the Dre. All the Lils would go crazy. But since I can't really pick those anymore, I'm gonna take Linkin Park.
Their lead singer's dead too.
Yeah,
Oh.
Lincoln Park minus pretty much the most important piece.
Y'all are crazy.
All right, fine. I won't take Linkin Park.
I'll
then.
let you take Lincoln Park if
No, you
don't
took
make
Queen
me
with
put
Adam
with
Lambert.
Adam Lambert.
No, you took Adam Lambert. I'm changing my pick. I'm going Miley.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like you
Pick,
took
good
your
pick.
hand off the chess piece.
I like the
Oh.
Miley Cyrus pick. That's slept on.
All right. Is it my turn?
I'm up. I'm gonna go with
Must be you.
Nirvana.
Good pick.
What the
No,
fuck are we
I'm just
doing?
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't know. Makes no sense. I'm gonna take Breezy. See Breezy. Chris Brown.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He would light it up.
He would.
And then my final pick. Gosh. Dolly Parton, but like 40 years ago. She's alive, so it counts, but
That's a good one. All right. I just want to make sure I have confirmation that this person hasn't done one.
Well, you
So
want
let
me
me
to
look
just
it.
look it up?
I got it on my phone now.
All right.
Who was the person? They were just in my head. Literally just in my head. All right. Well, I'm just gonna forget the person that I just remembered, and I'm just gonna say Nicki Minaj because I can't remember the person that I was originally gonna say.
Okay. I'm gonna take any DJ ever.
What?
Marshmello, David Guetta, Calvin Harris. I mean, none of you are gonna take them. So any
Were you
DJ performance.
okay?
Yeah, but then they're just like pressing a button and like in the middle of the field.
I mean, not necessarily. There's lights, there's action. You can have dancers. It does go crazy.
But what if there's like vocals? You're just gonna play the vocals without anybody
No,
there.
Yeah.
people can come out and sing it.
Then we're getting nuanced here.
Yeah.
I mean, the option was there. You guys didn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gary, why are you shoving your face full of food? You're up.
Give me Luke Combs.
Solid.
All right.
Um,
And then one honorable mention each.
I'm checking it. I gotta check in for my flight real quick. But my honorable mentions, I'm gonna go with Fetty Wap.
That would go crazy.
He's in
Yeah.
prison.
He's not dead.
He's
I say he's in
alive.
prison now.
Fetty Wap just played like 5 or 6 songs off of that one album. I think it was
Yeah.
Soul Power back in 2015. He had that. He owned that year. He owned that summer.
Yeah.
And then
That's who I was gonna pick.
maybe Young Thug.
Solid.
Okay. Hod.
Kelly Clarkson.
It's a good one. I was gonna say Outcast.
Mm.
Yeah.
Gary. You're doing the like thing again. It just popped up. I just saw that shit.
I saw
How'd
it
you
too.
do that?
Saw it too.
It's on FaceTime. It's the new FaceTime update. If you go like this, it'll do that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Crazy.
Does somebody else have to pick? Somebody else go before me.
You're literally
all
the
did.
last one. Stop being a sack of shit.
Willie Nelson.
Okay. Fucking hell, Gary. All right. It seems like Gary was been hanging out with Willie Nelson today, but that was the draft. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We will now end the second quarter. It's halftime. We got a little halftime show action with our boy Matt. Let's send it over there. We are back. It is halftime. This is our Usher performance. The man, the myth, the legend. Matt is on. He is leading the halftime show. Matt, take it away.
Hey, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here as always. Pleasure chatting it up with the guys. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So, starting with prize picks, we have some projections for what Usher's first song will be. Can any of you guys guess what they predict the number one song is to start off the halftime performances? Any guesses?
I'm gonna say yeah.
No doubt. Yeah.
Yeah is third on prize
Probably
picks right now.
OMG.
Not bad. OMG is second. We're getting close.
DJ got us falling in love.
That is fourth.
Ooh, that would be such a good intro though.
I think that'd be a great intro.
Yeah.
Personally, I think Scream should be the first song.
Scream did not make the top 6.
No, what's that
should've.
song where he's like, watch this? Is it Confessions? Yeah, Confessions.
He's not gonna
They're
sing
not
that
gonna
on
they're not gonna
national
sing that at a
television.
Super Bowl. That's not a Super Bowl style song.
These are my confessions.
All right, so I don't think you guys are gonna guess it, but it's My Way, which is surprisingly not a Super Bowl style song, but they have that as the number one pick. So if you have money, I'd put it on either OMG Yeah or DJ Got Us Falling in Love.
Okay.
Okay, so for the featured performances, I wanted to know which out of these 4 people do you either think are most likely to see, and also who would you be more excited to see pop up at this year's Super Bowl? And I also want you to think about what songs Usher has with these people. So they have Alicia Keys as the number 1 performer on live prop bets. They have Ludacris as number 2. They have Little John as number 3, and Justin Bieber as number 4. So I want to get your guys' opinion. Who would you like to see?
Mm.
Personally, for me, it's gotta be Lil Jon. 100%.
You're trying to hear, yeah?
Oh yeah, bro.
I don't think they
Now,
would bring Justin Bieber on because I feel like he's eventually gonna get his own deal. So I don't think they bring him on.
Yeah, but that's happened plenty of times before.
Okay,
but you
whatever.
know, Justin Usher's the person that kind of found Justin Bieber. I think that's kind of why they were saying Justin Bieber as a possible.
Me personally, I want to see Young Jeezy come out for Love in This Club. But I think what's most likely is Ludacris and Lil Jon coming out.
I feel like Luda definitely because he's also been doing some shit with the Falcons this year where he comes out of the ceiling on some ropes and shit and sings a
And he
song.
just got called out by Cat Williams. Luda can't wait to do something.
See one of those
All right,
Hollywood pedophiles.
100%. But
And
now
then
that we've gone through, my bad. Now that we've gone through the possible upcoming songs for the upcoming Super Bowl and the featured performances, let's go ahead and go into this main topic of going through the best Super Bowl halftime performances of all time and determining from these groupings which one was the best one. So I went ahead and did it bracket style. We're gonna go ahead and have the 1 versus 10 seed, the 2 versus 9 seed, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
All right. And also, as we go through this list, I'll tell you some of the songs they performed at the Super Bowl. I'll tell you their beginning, their closing, and some notable songs to just kind of help jog your memory if you're not as familiar with that Super Bowl.
oh, yeah.
All right. So, with the number one pick as of the Billboard's list, we have Prince's 2007 performance. This performance had the HBCU FAMU's band performing. He started off with We Will Rock You. He also performed 1999 and he finished off with Purple Rain. He will be going up against U2 in 2002 at the 10th slot. U2 performed Beautiful Day and Where the Streets Have No Name. This performance is notable because this is the performance right after 9/11. So this was a big coming together moment as well. So let's hear your thoughts.
Man,
9/11, Schmine 11. Give me Prince, bro. That performance is unreal.
Purple Rain in the Rain. That YouTube
9/11?
Okay, I watched every single halftime performance today that was on that bracket while I was doing my work. And the message behind U2's was great. The entire time they were performing, they had a list of everybody that had passed away throughout the
Yes.
9/11 tragedy. But I think for the more iconic feel of like a Super Bowl performance, it has to go to Prince.
Mhm.
Like B said, Purple Rain in the Rain with him like on that big like sheet in the background while he's just absolutely shredding a guitar. Like it's just
Mhm.
it's crazy. So I'm gonna take Prince on that one.
All right, we're gonna go ahead
Easily.
and move Prince down, and we try not to say too much because we will have to discuss Prince a little bit later on in the draft. Okay, so now going up, we have with the number 2 pick, Michael Jackson's 1993 performance against Bruno Mars' 2014 performance with the 9th pick. So Michael Jackson's performance included Jam, which was his opening, Black and White, and We Are the World. Bruno Mars has Treasure and Just the Way You Are were the 2 notable songs from his performance. Starting off, this is kind of rough, Bruno. I'm sorry you were put in this position.
Look, here's my take. Artist to artist, Michael Jackson clears. Halftime show, I don't think Michael Jackson played like he missed a lot of his hits. He didn't sing a
Mhm.
lot of hits during that halftime show.
Mm.
I mean, nobody, We Are the World is great, but like, come on, we need to hear some Billy.
Caveat, We Are the World took like 10 minutes of the performance. Though.
Yeah, and he came up and he didn't sing for like 5 minutes. They were just staring at him, right? So
That's the Michael Jackson effect. People had to pass out. We had to go collect people before we get started.
you're not wrong.
Okay.
I'm a sucker for that Bruno Mars halftime show, though. I just gotta say it.
Okay, so we got 1 vote Bruno, 1 vote Michael Jackson.
Mondo, go ahead.
Fuck, man.
I mean, I got my piece already said.
So that 2 votes for Michael Jackson?
No.
I do love
Oh!
Michael Jackson a lot. Beeve is 100% right, though. He missed Wide Right with all of his songs on there. Bruno just came
I
out and belted the hits, so it's gotta be Bruno.
Hey, outside of black and white, it's kind of hard to argue with you guys. Looks like Bruno with the surprise from the ninth moves up to the next round.
Also, while Michael Jackson was walking through the crowd of kids, he was like hugging them and kissing them and shit, and that made me really uncomfortable. So
Forgot about the children.
Especially after the Leaving Neverland doc.
Instead of saying we are the world, we are the children, he just said we are the world, we like the children. But let's continue on.
the crowd participation in that one was pretty cool. Like when he
That
did
was
that
the best
song,
crowd
everybody like
participation.
flipped the shit. So that's pretty cool.
I would say outside of U2's 9/11 performance, I think that's the best crowd participation.
Mhm.
That one definitely had a message. We'll put it that way.
Okay, now moving on to the 3 vs. 8 matchup. We have Beyonce's 2013 performance and The Weeknd's 2021 performance. Beyonce's performance starts off with Run the World, Single Ladies, Halo, and notably, we have to mention she shut out the lights in the Super Bowl. Now, The Weeknd's performance, we have Starboy, The Hills, Can't Feel My Face, and this is coming off of The Weeknd's peak, most people would say. So let's elaborate.
Okay. Fuck, man. This is tough.
Try not to think about the Super Bowl. I realized that's what I was doing a lot when it came to the Beyonce performance. Don't think about the Super Bowl at all. Because I know that plays into it. Don't think about it at all. Just think about her performance.
I mean, if you're looking at that Beyonce song list, I love The Weeknd as much as the next guy. You're watching that one in like kind of like a post-COVID time. You know, the mirrors were fucking weird. Beyonce just had Murderers Row that she was
Destiny's
performing.
Child was a part of that Super Bowl performance as well. She brought them out.
She was so good. I tried to draft her today, and the musicians that never did the Super Bowl. She's that good. So I gotta go Beyonce.
Okay.
The best Super Bowls have that one song where the artist just like belts out one of their like most beautiful songs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Purple Rain with Prince. What is it? Just the Way You Are with Bruno Mars, and then Halo with
Yeah.
Beyonce.
Mhm.
That shit.
Halo was a beautiful end. That was her. That's how she left the suit. That's how we got back into football.
Yeah.
All right. You have any takes for us, G?
Yeah, the Beyonce. I might get a lot of flack for this one.
That
The
came
Beyonce
from the
Super Bowl
bowels.
performance. The Beyonce Super Bowl performance was the only one that I turned off 3/4 of the way through today while I was watching it.
Was it too slow for you?
It just I've never been a big Beyonce fan. I don't really vibe with her music all that much. But The Weeknd, on the other hand, I feel like The Weeknd is there for you when you're sad, you're mad, you're hype, you know, any sort of vibe. And I feel like he covered all bases with it. And I also feel like the technical effects that went into that performance are like some of the craziest that we've seen like throughout all the Super Bowls. So that's the reason I would go with The Weeknd.
I have to give Gary that point. It was one of the best, like well put together in regards to technically. However, as Mondo said earlier, because of that COVID year, it just didn't have that same feel, like as a halftime show. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was more made for TV.
Yeah, it definitely
Exactly.
was. Yeah.
Nobody understands.
Okay, so even though we had a good argument put up for him, we're gonna go ahead and move Beyonce on. Now the 4-7 matchup, we have Dre, M, Snoop, Mary J. Blige in 2022 versus Madonna in 2012.
This
The
is
songs we have, go
you
for
don't
it.
even need to list the songs.
We
This
don't
is a
even need
no
to
fucking brainer.
save the songs for next round. Got it.
You
Got
know
it.
where I'm going.
Madonna.
What? Wait a minute.
Wait, do I need to pick up are we not on the same? Is Madonna not moving on?
I mean, she's moving on out
Are we
the
not
bracket.
talking about
Like we'll see
Vogue?
her later, but
She brought out LMFAO. Are we not
that's
gonna
crazy.
forget
We
this?
just brought out
She
5
brought
of the
out
greatest
CeeLo
rappers
Green
of all time.
twice. CeeLo Green twice.
And
Oh,
he
hold
looked
on,
like
hold
a
on
frog
second.
both
Hey, we need to
times.
think about this.
Well, in the words of CeeLo Green, fuck you, Madonna. We're going Dre, M, Snoop. Like we're going that squad.
And I
bro.
also remember it was kind of funny watching that one today because there's the controversy where it wasn't Nikki, but the other chick that was there. I think it's MIA, and she
Yes,
flicks
it's
off the
MIA.
camera right as it
Yeah.
goes away.
Oh, that was Madonna. That was a classic
No.
moment.
That's the Madonna Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the last grouping in the first round. We have what I thought was the hardest one for me to decide between Rihanna 2023 and Janet Jackson 2004. So Janet Jackson 2004, what most people may not remember is Diddy came out. Nelly comes out in 2004, Hot in Here, and the Justin Timberlake at his peak with the controversy. With Rihanna, we have Umbrella, Diamond, Rude Boy, Pour It Up. The list goes on and on for Rihanna. Like, she may have had the best track selection. I think all of her bangers got selected.
I'm going Diddy and the Titty. I mean,
You're going Diddy and the Titty?
yeah,
I mean-
like Rihanna was great. I feel like if you're in the Super Bowl, you have to bring out someone. And I feel like that it was just
She was
very
pregnant. She brought out the baby, Mondo. That's the person. You don't remember? The person
No,
she
I know
brought was
that,
the
and like
baby.
that's a memorable moment. But Justin Timberlake ripped her dress off.
Yeah.
Like that's, I mean, and you
He
mentioned
ripped
all
Michael
the people
Jackson's
that performed. Like that's crazy. You don't even remember Nelly or Diddy were out there. You just
No,
remember the
promise you.
Titty.
Promise you we don't.
Okay, so moving on, we have Janet Jackson with the 6th seed. Now,
I mean,
since he was first seed, you get
okay.
first seed honors. We are moving Prince on to the next round automatically.
Wait,
Does anyone have any-
wait, Beef. We didn't even get to vote for Janet Jackson and Rihanna. Who do you take?
They made a hot enough argument. I just had to go Janet Jackson.
But
I
who was on
genuinely
your mind?
apologize.
I was
genuinely
taking
apologize.
Rihanna the whole way.
Give me your argument. Sway me. I haven't wrote anything down yet.
First of all, Rihanna is hot enough that she don't need to bring out anybody.
Janet Jackson's fine too.
This
That's
is
not
coming
what
from
I
the
meant by
same
Michael
guy who
Jackson
wanted to
thing.
pre-order the Brock Purdy girl.
That's not what I did not say that.
You got a Michael Jackson.
So, yeah, Rihanna comes. I didn't mean by hot like appearance wise. I meant like star wise. Like Rihanna didn't need to bring out anybody. First of all, she opened it. First 2 minutes, the belly is popping. Everybody's like, "Holy shit, she's pregnant." This was also the #1 viewed. Sorry, my mom's calling me. This was also the #1 viewed Super Bowl event or halftime show in all of Super Bowl halftime history. And also, somebody almost died during this performance. They almost remember how Rihanna came out and they were suspended on the platforms. Somebody
Yes.
dead ass almost ate shit off of one of those platforms.
So
As
how
someone
does
that's
that
being
make it
swayed,
better?
wait, listen, as someone that's being swayed, I want to list some of the other songs I didn't mention that she performed. We Found Love, Wild
Fire.
Thoughts, Birthday
Fire.
Cake, All of the Lights, Run This Town.
Look,
This is on top
I'm
of
not
Umbrella,
saying that is.
Diamond, Rude Boy, and Pour It Up. I
I
just
am not
wanted to give the
saying
rest.
that's not banger after banger. I love all of those songs. The problem is you put her in front of arguably the most influential halftime show that has ever existed.
Oh my god.
Influential.
That's
That's
a
the
half.
problem.
No. That is the most memorable halftime moment. This is the most memorable halftime performance. I
Okay,
give
but
it
when
to
you
you.
think of
That is the
that
biggest
halftime show, what do you think of?
When you
Her
think
titty,
of
that's it.
when you think of the only Super Bowl without a miss track list wise, you think Rihanna's. It took till 2023 for the person with no features to have the first perfect track list at a Super Bowl.
Diddy
I'm
and
convinced.
Titty.
I'm going with Rihanna. Yeah, I
Rihanna.
can't name one Janet Jackson song. I'm sorry, Mondo.
I'm glad I hit the rewind button on that one.
I'm glad, Gary. I'm glad you stopped and did some convincing. Rihanna moves on. The Titty and Mondo stay in the past.
That's crazy.
How do you guys feel with Prince as the first round pick? He has a bye for this next round. Everybody cool with that?
How about me?
Yeah. Oh, he
Okay.
did the thing. He
Yo,
did the
yo.
thing.
Yo. You see that, Mondo?
No, I'm too disappointed.
Thumbs up happened again. Dude. Thumbs up happened again.
So we're gonna go with Oh, I love a little bit of controversy. We're gonna go the 3 pick versus the 6 pick, but we'll save that for afterwards since we just discussed her. Let's go 4 through verse 9 right now. Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop Dogg versus Bruno Mars. Since we
All
didn't
right.
get into it earlier, I will now list some of the songs performed. Lose Yourself, Forget About Dre, California Love, In the Club are the 4 notable songs. And the only reason Kendrick's isn't the most notable is because in a list of these 4 songs, All Right just isn't going to make it. But Kendrick also had a notably great performance.
It's got to
Now,
be the Dre Squad.
now just to refresh your mind, Bruno Mars did upset Michael Jackson. So do we want to pay him a little more consideration?
No.
Yeah, he brought out the Red Hot Chili Peppers. He
Well,
was
now it
fired.
Give it
matters who
away.
you bring out.
Give it
huh?
away, give it away, give it away now. No, that doesn't.
Came out blasting the drums. Like he had a children's choir, just like singing some cryptic opera.
Yeah, that's cool, I guess. Dre brought out Eminem, Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent. I mean,
Mary J. Blige.
Kendrick?
Get
Do
the
I need to
James
keep
Bond.
going?
I'm going Bruno Mars.
That's crazy.
I'm going Dre.
Dre.
I feel like just the set from that one where they set the whole thing up and they had like the map of Compton like on the
It
field.
was the LA. Nope, the LA. That sold me, Gary. That sold me.
And
We're
then
moving.
they pan it to fucking 50 Cent and he's hanging upside down from the rafter and he's just like rapping
was so
upside
fired
down.
up.
What?
Snoop Dogg was great though. He was so good.
Yeah, then he starts crip walking in the middle of the set, like bro, like
The best part is they told everyone, hey, you can't show gang affiliation. The motherfucker wore an all blue bandana suit.
also in the first 2 minutes he
They
yells
gotta get
crip.
more savage.
He yells
Standing
crip
on
in the first
business.
2 minutes of it.
Okay.
Okay.
It was a hot button topic earlier for Mondo, but now we're back to Rihanna. And Rihanna will be put up against Beyonce. What are we
Wow.
thinking, gentlemen?
Wow.
I
I
feel
like-
like they've been put up against each other their whole lives.
Like this time, I'm taking Rihanna.
There,
I feel like this
I
is
love
this
to
is a
see a
better
smart man.
matchup than the last one.
Are you still hung up on this, Mondo? Are you not going to let this one go?
Diddy and the Titties should have moved on, but Rihanna is a better matchup against Beyonce.
But Mondo, the problem is Diddy be wanting to party, and you got to tell him no.
What?
Diddy be wanting to party, and you got to tell him no, Mondo. You can't be going to these Diddy parties. You see what happens? Even in 2004, the second Diddy shows up, a titty's out on TV, the rumors have been true. That's all I'm saying.
I want to party with Diddy. What can I say? The man's a legend, you know?
Yeah.
Sean motherfucking Combs.
Let's
But
think
yes,
about
I
it.
take Rihanna's performance over Beyonce's.
Okay, how are you feeling on this, beef? You agree?
Jay-Z married Beyonce, discovered Rihanna. So he's got that. They got that little connection going for him.
That little connection, that little one.
It's not that little. Pretty big connection. When you stack up their hits next to each other that they played in the Super Bowl, I think you got to give the edge to Beyonce.
Really?
Yeah, I just think it's hard to beat Beyonce. Like, to be honest, I don't know.
If we're going, no offense, and this may ruffle a lot of feathers. If Beyonce would have done a solo performance, I would have loved to see it. I was not a fan. There was a reason she left Destiny's Child's guide and nobody complained because she was significantly better than all of them. I wasn't trying to see Kelly, and Michelle's a Christian person now. All she does is gospel. Get your ass off this Super Bowl stage.
Look,
I think I got to go Rihanna.
I think Rihanna used a lot of auto-tune in her show too.
Beyonce
When
doesn't.
I can't remember.
From the rafters.
I can't remember, but I don't think so.
It's got to be Rihanna. You stack up the track list. Rihanna did banger after banger.
All right, hey, it doesn't have to be unanimous. I got outvoted. That's fine.
I
got
don't know
Rihanna.
I don't know where the votes lie.
Rihanna.
I have Rihanna.
Okay, cool.
3v1. Get fucked, beef. Get him out of here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on to the last round. We have these three heavy hitters going up against each other. We will have a brief discussion, and then we will decide who had the best Super Bowl performance of all time.
Okay.
The three people who are in contention, we will give a bronze and a silver first as well. Prince, Dr. Dre, and Rihanna. Let's go ahead, take a little bit of time and thought, and decide who we are going to give our bronze place medal to.
Okay. So
Prince isn't in this discussion. I'm going to start there. Let's go ahead and remove him from bronze.
I
yeah,
agree with that.
if I'm looking at it, Prince is top
Bees, how do you
tier,
feel
and he
about
ain't
that?
too.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Okay, so let's go ahead and debate Dr. Dre, Snoop and the Gang versus Rihanna. Now I have to
So
lean Mondo. Rihanna's gone too far, guys. I'm a fan. I wanted to show that this show not only supported but loved women and black women at that. But now that it's down to it, I want to see Eminem and Snoop Dogg at a Super Bowl performance crip walk.
So personally, when it comes down to it, you look at the set list, both set lists, I mean, I'd say are pretty equally banger after banger. There were no misses. So
Debatable. Right? Mary J. Blige.
Let's get it.
yeah, but
Did
that
she
I
need
mean
to be
that's
here?
a legend in her
No, she
own
was
right.
piping though. She was belting though, Mary
And
J.
she
Yeah,
was
that was
No,
she's a
listen,
legend in her own right.
legend in her own right doesn't mean equal to the legends on stage. I
Yeah,
think
but she let
all
them
three
shine.
legends on.
I think they needed female representation, and that was the perfect way to do it.
Yeah.
If anybody was going to do it, it did have to be her. Better than Queen Latifah.
Because,
So
sorry, go ahead, Mondo.
so yeah, set list, I'd say you could cancel each other out for that. So then it would go to lineup and set design. The set design for the Dre one, I mean, easily smokes that of Rihanna's. Which begs the question, why wasn't Katy Perry's giant lion part of this, or tiger or whatever? But that's besides the point.
Or
That's
flame
more of a
birds.
moment thing. Her track list
And then
didn't head up the par.
I mean, you just got to look at the pure talent. Yes, Rihanna, absolute legend, superstar powered, one of the greatest voices of all time. Dre, Snoop, M, 50, Kendrick, Mary J. Like, as much as I love Rihanna, when you combine six legends like that on a stage and they actually murder it, that sets it above her.
I agree. I think Rihanna could sit at bronze. I think that's where she deserves to be out of this list. I mean,
That's not bad in a long list of Super Bowl history to end up being in third place and you're the solo performance. That's
and
not bad at all.
she also just performed last year. So this
Yeah.
is just like, she just randomly came out and did it. And like, was this the first or second year that Apple Music put it on?
Second.
Did they put it on for the Dr. Dre one?
I think they did.
so.
I think that was the
So
first year they did it.
So the second year.
Yeah. So I mean, I think she did great, but I also think that the Dre set is one that was just like visually pleasing for not only the fans that were in the stadium, but the way the camera would pan around and it was just like you were on a block. Like it was great. And then Eminem fucking bursts out of a wall and like, he's like, yo, white boys
Slim
here.
Shady.
White boys here. Let me drop this shit real quick. And he killed it. So I think that it's only right that we go Beyonce third, Dre and the Crew second, Prince for just the pure iconicness at first.
We're already
100%
getting
agree.
into that. Purple fit, purple guitar is over Eminem, 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige. Who else was there? Kendrick. In Los Angeles, Anderson .Paak. Guys, they're in Inglewood, California. Let's get specific. In Inglewood.
This is probably a little nitpicky here, but I feel like
Apple Music.
if it was at night instead of like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, because it kind of felt like it was like like visually It looked like it was like a Thanksgiving performance, you know? Like, it wasn't dark out, wasn't raining like Prince. Like
It was like watching a horror movie in the daytime.
yeah, I
It's
mean
like it can be better than at night.
The vibe just
Oh, yeah,
wasn't
way
the
better.
same as
Yeah,
a
yeah.
typical Super Bowl performance.
Exactly. Yeah.
I never even thought
All right.
that's a good point, Beef. I didn't even think about that. That's good.
All right,
What do
so
you say?
ladies and
Thanks, Gary.
gentlemen, that wraps it up. We have Rihanna taking bronze. We have Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop Dogg, and Mary J. Blige taking silver. And Prince's purple outfit performance takes the first place prize. Try saying that 3 times.
Prince's purple outfit takes the first place prize.
I mean,
That
Prince
was
in the
one time,
Rain, like
yes.
that's a more iconic moment than many of the Super Bowls, like in general.
Yeah.
And also, I think the
Yeah.
fact that like no meme behind this at all, because I know when I say it, somebody's gonna laugh. Excuse me, but the fact that he's dead also makes it that much more like solidified. It's just like a goated moment in like Super Bowl history.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Aren't you three the people that let Bruno Mars ahead of Michael Jackson? When does dead matter to you? What?
Okay, but again, Michael Jackson touching children. He also performed during the day. And then he
But you can't because
obviously was
he's not allowed around kids at night past 7. You
he
know that.
also was visibly not singing the entire time. He kept trying to fuck with his little mouthpiece to make it look like he was trying to make it like look like he was singing. But Prince, it was evident that he was playing. He was, and he didn't do that once, I don't think. And then Prince did his iconic scream. He was playing his guitar. He was singing. You could
The
tell.
guitar, the purple guitar is so majestic.
And the shape of his logo. It was just like,
Yes.
Was
I wonder
that
how
when he
much
was
that
going
guitar
by
is
just
worth.
his logo instead of his name? It was like
Mhm.
the artist formerly known as Prince.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Those are the rankings. Matt, thank you for an absolutely incredible Super Bowl halftime performance.
Hey, glad to help.
We will see you in a couple minutes to join the Unbettable crew in doing the props.
No problem. I'll be back, guys. Take it easy.
All right.
Love you, Matthew
Yeah.
Gulab.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to Matt for that incredible halftime show. Like I said when we started this episode, I had a very, very special announcement. I started this company 2 years ago with a bunch of my boys from college. We all went to the University of Florida. It's been a dream of mine to have my own media company, to build it up from the ground with my boys. And we started that with Big Dawg Media. And it's been an incredible ride. We're just getting started. And I can't wait to shoot for the moon with everybody. But like I was saying, it's time to change something up. And when you think about the University of Florida, you think about a bunch of things. And one of the things you think about is the rivalries we have. The first of which, obviously, being FSU. But secondly, and arguably most importantly, because it's our biggest game every year, it's against Georgia, the Georgia Bulldogs. And when we were looking into this, obviously, Gary can comment a little bit afterward, but you know, when he came in, we were kind of deciding if we wanted to do a rebrand, and we decided we wanted to go ahead with it. One, because there's a lot of, big dog companies out there, so we wanted to be different. But also alternatively, it was a goal of Gary's as well as mine to change the logo into something original and something we wanted it to be. So first, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that has been watching and stuck along with us along the way. This is just the beginning. We are going to continue to grow. Barroom Boys, Unbettable, Rec Room, whatever comes next, we appreciate you sticking along. But now I would like to introduce you and everyone in the world to the brand new company. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bull Gator Broadcasting. That is right. The University of Florida, the Gators, we are still sticking around despite some of us not going there anymore. Bull Gator Broadcasting out in full force, original name. Social media is to be changed soon. We have done it. We are back. Thank you to our boy Christian Lepion for this incredible logo design. It is awesome. We are so excited, and we have so many big plans with this, including some killer fucking merch. So with that, I will turn it over to Gary to talk his piece and to address anything else that he would like to. Gary?
Man, whenever me and Mondo released that recent episode of Unbettable, it was an interesting episode, but I feel like it was a necessary episode because it was
Mhm.
like me and Mondo kind of had a heart to heart about the entire state of the company, and the whole entire time I was thinking about how, let me take these stupid ass glasses off. The whole entire time I was thinking about how, just how far we've come in the past 2 months, since Mondo allowed me to start interning for this company. And I am the last one out of Bull Gator Broadcasting now that still goes to the University of Florida. All my homies left. They've moved on to better things. And I think it's awesome that I was able to take the reins in a sort of way with this project, and not even just with this project, but with the company overall, and kind of just Mondo allowed me to just kind of put my own creative twist on the things. And of course, I'm forever grateful to Mondo for this opportunity. It allowed me to find something that I necessarily didn't know I was going to become interested in. Whenever I first signed up for Big Dog Media, it was simply because I was at a lazy time in my life where I didn't really want to work to find an internship. So I knew Mondo was an easy way out. And now that I am fully invested into everything I do, I now have a better schedule because of it. I wake up at a normal time because of it. I work on it every day like it's my child. And then whenever I presented Mondo with the idea of Bull Gator Media, he was kind of just like, why? And I was like, Mondo, it's not because it's something that you made. It's just something that we can use, I feel like, to grow better. And, thank you to all the boys that I've constantly bothered about subscribing or following or just like giving me advice. And we're all Gators at heart. And I feel like whenever it comes time this company gets big, because I feel like we're at a point right now where we are just the right size, where if we were to rebrand, it would not shock the world. I think it's the perfect time. But yeah, we're gonna keep growing under this Gator logo. I mean, we all grew up together in college under a Gator logo, and I feel like now that we've moved on and we're part of this company together, we're all gonna grow up under the Gator logo again. And expect some fire shit. I mean, I just released a new pod. Expect new ones in the future. Um, expect merchandise in the future. That's like one of my big goals that I put on my 12-week plan. But this was just one of the major things that I was able to tick off about 3 to 4 weeks before I actually planned on doing it. So I'm forever grateful to Mondo and the crew for allowing me to be a part of this. I'm forever grateful to everybody that watches for allowing me to take this company to where it is now.
Thank you, Gary. Yeah, Gary has been an absolutely unreal intern. He's going to continue to get bigger roles in the company. Feels like it was just yesterday where I was telling Beavenhod, like, this fucking guy, he just doesn't do shit. He was hired as a social media manager. And this was the first time around before the internship.
Yeah.
And you didn't do anything. You were pissing me off nonstop. And you came to me looking for the internship. And I said, look, that's fine. I'll bring you back in. I'll sign your papers. But this time around, you need to deliver. And like I said last episode, you've been delivering. I'm very proud of you. I'm looking forward to, your new podcast and the stuff that comes out of that. The merchandise that we're going to be designing soon, and also just general channel content that we're going to start making with all the boys. So, obviously that's something that's in the works, and scheduling's a little tougher than just hopping on for a podcast, but it's something that we're continuing to build each and every day. And I'm happy that, I was able to start this thing and, build it up with the help of my boys along the way to get to where we are now as like a starting platform, and honestly to shoot for the moon here on out. Beef, you were obviously one of the founding guys, a core member of the first group the first podcast, being the Barroom Boys. Is there anything you would like to add here?
Yeah, I just want to say that I thought it was funny that Gare was grateful that you allowed him to intern. I just got a chuckle out of that. But yeah, it's been a hell of a ride. Started what, last summer? We've had
Two
we've had some gaps, but we're
two
going.
summers ago.
That's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant. So
It's been a almost 2-year journey.
yeah.
And we're starting to actually grow now. So it's awesome.
And one last little tidbit I'll leave everybody with, besides the fact that I'm grateful for everybody who watches, is I don't know if you've been riding it with us since the beginning, but there is a famous video where I threw a zucchini at my neighbor's front door. I was watching that last night, and I have decided that since I am in charge of TikTok now, and making TikToks is harder than I thought it was, honestly, because your sense of humor doesn't always necessarily align with your audience's sense of humor. I'm going to be bringing back the once a week posting, might be twice a week depending on how good the national holidays are, of the national holidays with Gare. I'm bringing that back.
Let's go.
First one. What holiday's coming up?
There's only one so far, but they're coming. Don't worry, there's gonna be some
We'll
good
we'll
shit.
help you make a list, Gare. But yeah, just aside from this announcement, thank you guys for watching. It means the world when you do. I know we bothered a lot of our friends, and they've been a big platform for this, which is why this logo change is also for you guys. So thank you. We enjoy everything, the comments, the likes, even the hate comments from some of our boys.
Sam
It's all in
Schulman.
good fun. We enjoy it, and thank you. So let's head over. It is now time for the unbettable crew. Myself, Gary, Beeve, do you want to be on for it? It's up to you.
No, I gotta call it quits.
All right, Bee's got to call it quits. Matt's gonna come back on, and we got Holmes. So with that, let's send it over to the unbettable segment. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the unbettable squad. Here we are. We are here with Matt. We are going to go through the props for the game. We have a whole prop sheet in front of us. I'm going to read it off so that you guys can play along too. We're going to give our best thoughts on the props. Then Matt's going to head out, and we are going to give you guys our full game bets like we always do. All right. Question number 1 on this here prop sheet. Length of the national anthem, over under 90.5 seconds. Gary, let's start with you.
So, a full disclaimer, I was going to record a segment today that I ended up not recording where I asked ChatGPT the answer to every single one of these questions, and I elected whether or not to fade or to go with them. So for the first question, ChatGPT gave me the answer of under. And I'm going to take this number because originally the line was set at 83.5 for Miss Reba McEntire. And it switched to 90, just to kind of fit the general theme of all Super Bowl performances for the national anthem. So I'm going to take the under for this one.
Matt?
I think I'm going with the over only because it's Rita McEntire. That last bit of the national anthem is really all up to the person on how long they want to stretch out. And I can see her wanting to, show her range a little bit.
Holmes?
Yeah, that's fair. I was leaning toward the over with Matt too, but I did see something on Twitter the other day. I don't know how valid it was, but I think of all the times that Reba McEntire has actually sung the national anthem at like sporting events or award shows or anything like that, it has apparently every time been under 90 seconds. So I'm a rock with the under there for that reason.
I think she's going to stretch it out just because it is the Super Bowl, and I think she's going to go over 90.5, probably by 1 to 2 seconds. All right. The most popular bet of them all.
Ooh.
What's the coin toss going to be, Holmes?
Bro, I mean, you all are going to shit on me, but I always rock with heads. Rock with heads every year.
Care?
That GPT says heads.
Matt?
Tails never fails. Come
I
on,
knew it.
guys.
I knew somebody was gonna say. I knew somebody.
Tails
was gonna
never
say.
fails.
Run it up with the heads, the trio. The first offensive play of the game will be a run or a pass. Gary?
I'm going run. I asked Chat GPT. I said, pick run or pass. They said run. I agree. I feel like nobody wants to open the Super Bowl with an interception. Run that damn ball.
Matt?
I'm going pass, but screen pass attempt specifically. I
Okay.
think if the 49ers get it, either CMC or Debo's going to catch a nice little screen pass. And no offense to the Chiefs receivers' hands, I just give them a little screen pass early in the game to get them a little confidence going, get their hands going.
Holmes?
Great call. Great call. I actually bet run last year and I got this right. So I am going to continue with that. And I'm going to bet run again this year.
I'm going to go run too. You have two dynamic running backs who aren't afraid to get dirty. It's got to start with them. Establish the run.
Honorable mention, as dominant he is in the run game, though, Christian McCaffrey's just as dominant in the pass game.
This is
I'll put that
true.
out.
This is true.
That is facts.
Which team will score first? Matt, let's start with you.
Okay. Predicting as though the if the 49ers, regardless, I think Chiefs give 49ers the ball. I think 49ers select the ball if they win. And I think 49ers score first.
Okay. Holmes?
Yeah, I agree. I think the 49ers will go down the field pretty quickly and score. I'm kind of the opinion that whoever gets the ball first might score first, but I can see it happening for the 49ers before I see it happening for the Chiefs.
Gare?
I'm actually fading Chat GPT on their pick. They told me Chiefs. I told them Niners. So I'm taking the Niners.
I'm taking the
Okay.
Chiefs.
Wow.
First turnover of the game will be either fumble, interception, turnover on down, or missed field goal. I am going interception. We've seen that issue with Brock Purdy. He will be the first one to turn it over. Gary, what do you think?
Again, GPT told me turnover on downs, and I kind of like it. I feel like the Niners are going to get gutsy against the Chiefs and try to show who they are. And I could see them trying to run it up the middle with McCaffrey on potentially a 4th and 3, and maybe them not making it. So I'm going to take turnover on downs.
Matt?
We've seen throughout the playoffs, both teams, well, specifically the 49ers, have been a little more loose with the football. So I'm going to go in a game where no one's going to try to go for those home runs early on. We're probably going to see a fumble. Somebody's jittery with the hands caught off guard, a la Kadarius Toney.
Okay. Holmes?
I'm on interception with you, Mondo. I will talk about it a little later, but I do think Brock Purdy's going to throw a pick in this game, and I think it'll come pretty early.
Yep. Which team will commit the first penalty of the game? I talked about it earlier in the keys to success. I don't think they'll listen. I think it'll be the Chiefs.
Yep.
Matt?
I'm going Chiefs with a false start penalty. Same thing's been going on all season.
Holmes?
Yep, Chiefs as well. I think they're going to have a holding penalty on the first drive of the game.
Gare?
Yep, I asked GPT who had the most penalties throughout the year, and it was the Chiefs, so I'm riding with the Chiefs for this one.
Yeah, more specifically, I'm going Jawan Taylor.
Yeah.
Which team will get to 10 points first? Chiefs, Niners, or one of them won't? So neither was an option. Gare?
I'm not gonna keep saying it. I asked my homie and he said the 49ers, so I'm riding with the 49ers.
Matt?
I got to go Chiefs on this one. Like watching the last two performances, the 49ers have gone down. So I'm just going to go tail of the takes. Chiefs go up first to 10.
Holmes?
I think it's going to be the 49ers. I think they'll probably get out to a pretty quick start, and Patty's going to have to play a little bit from behind, but he's going to be able to make it happen.
Yeah, I talked about this earlier. Chiefs come out with the hot starts. Niners finish with the hot endings. I'm going Chiefs here. Will either team score during the last 2 minutes of the first half? I say yes. Holmes, what do you say?
I say yes as well. I think there's a lot of potential for field goals there, and these are two teams that have capable enough offenses to run a 2-minute drill and be able to score when they need it.
Gare?
Yeah, I agree with Holmes. The field goal is definitely imminent, especially in these last 2 minutes. And I feel like neither team is going to let off the gas the entire game because I feel like it's going to be a fucking nail biter. So I'm going to say yes.
Matt?
I think this is where the missed field goal one you guys talked about comes into play. I don't think anybody scores. None of these kickers are kind of guaranteed. And even though these offenses are prolific, both defenses have been good enough to make it so the kick's not just going to be a give me. So I'm going to go no points.
All right, we're going to skip the halftime stuff. Total number of players to attempt to pass over under 2.5. I said over. Purdy's going to get hurt. Darnold's going to finish the game. That is my official prediction based off my coworker today. Gary, what do you think?
First of all, I really hope Purdy doesn't get hurt. Second of all, I did take over 2.5. I feel like the Chiefs sometimes come up with these kind of off guard ass plays thanks to Andy Reid, and I feel like they might pull one out this game. So I'm gonna say over 2.5.
Holmes?
Yeah, I'm gonna take over 2.5 too. I have a special bet I'll talk about later, but I am gonna take a position player to throw a pass in this game.
Mr. Matt?
I'm going over 2.5 as well in a game where you have Travis Kelce on one side and Christian McCaffrey on the other. I just think the chances are going to be there.
Most pass yards, Mahomes, Purdy, or other? Matt, let's start with you.
Easiest one so far, Mahomes.
Gare?
Mahomes.
Holmes?
Mahomes.
Mahomes. Most rushing yards, McCaffrey, Pacheco, or other? Gare?
McCaffrey.
Holmes?
McCaffrey, easy.
Matt?
Pacheco. Reason being, I think the Chiefs will be up, and similar to the Ravens game, they're not going to put the ball in harm's way. I'm going Pacheco.
I'm going Pacheco. I think McCaffrey's going to have a bigger game under the pass option. Who will have the most receiving yards? Kelce, Debo, Ayuk, Rashi, or other? Holmes?
I think Kelsey's gonna get the most catches, but Rashee Rice is gonna have a game.
Okay.
Book it, Rashee Rice.
Yeah.
Yeah. GPT told me Kelce. And I'm fading that, and I'm gonna go ride with Debo Samuel.
Matt?
Based on the Chiefs haven't had to deal with a pass catching running back all playoffs, and that was one of their weaknesses in the season. Like even going back to the game against the Jets, like a team just as bad as the Jets had a good like pass catching running back. So I'm actually go Christian McCaffrey.
That's solid. I'm going to go Debo. What color of the liquid will be poured on the winning coach? I say orange. Matt, what do you say?
What are the themes for this year's Super Bowl colors?
It's like lime/green/yellow, water/clear.
Give me the yellow. Give me yellow. Yellow
Okay.
Gatorade.
And then just to finish it, red/pink, blue, orange, or purple. Holmes?
Take red, honestly.
Okay. Gare?
D told me blue. I'm riding with blue.
Will either team score in the last 2 minutes of the fourth? I say yes. Holmes, what do you say?
No, I'm gonna say no on this one. I'm gonna say they're gonna be kneeling the ball out by that time.
Matt?
I'm going no as well. I think they'll be
Yeah.
nailing the ball up.
Going yes.
Who will win? Pretty straightforward. I say Chiefs. Gare, what do you say?
Dude, I swear to God, GPT just has like a mouthful of Chiefs cock in their mouth, and I fucking hated it because every single time I asked it a question, it leaned towards the Chiefs. So I'm fading the shit out of that, and I'm taking the Niners.
Gare, you're very quiet.
I'm fading the fuck out of ChatGPT, and I'm taking the Niners.
All right. Relax. Matt?
How are we going to bet against my homeboy at this point in time, guys? You remember all the bets people would place against Brady and how much money they lost over the course of time?
Mm-hmm.
I think Mahomes is at that point now. I'm going Mahomes.
Holmes?
Yep, agreed with Matt. Can't bet against Mahomes right now.
Over under on points, 47.5. Gare?
Over.
Matt?
Do they have the weather out yet? Do they know if it's going to be rainy or no? No clue.
That's an indoor stadium they're playing at.
Indoor stadium, over.
Holmes,
Yeah, over.
over. The final one. Who will win the MVP? Mahomes, Purdy, or other? Gare.
Give me Brock motherfucking Purdy.
Okay. Matt,
Give me Mahomes.
Holmes.
Yeah, if the Chiefs
Got to
win, you
take
gotta rock
Mahomes.
with Patty.
Got to take Holmes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going other.
Who?
Any other player. It
Who
just
are you
says
leaning
other.
towards? Who are you leaning towards? Just out of
Could be
curiosity.
Kelsey, could be CMC, Debo,
Okay.
Ayuk,
Dude,
Kittle.
if they give it to Kelsey, the world is
Rashi.
gonna blow up.
Yeah, but it could happen. He's
Like,
been on
literally-
pace to.
Earth will just go like, nah, it
Yeah,
can't
well,
happen.
It's possible. It's very possible. All right. That concludes the prop section. Matt, thank you so much for being on today. I will see you
always
on
a
the
pleasure.
stick soon. We'll
Take
see
it
you
easy.
later, sir.
See you, Matt.
All right, it's that time. The unbettable trio is here. We are giving our official picks for the Super Bowl. We are going to start with the moron with the glasses and the coat hanger. Gary, what are your picks for Sunday's matchup?
Yeah, I noticed I've been playing with this a little bit. I'm sorry. So if you can't tell by my background, we got San Francisco. I'm riding with the Niners and I'm taking them on the money line because I'm tired of the Chiefs dynasty, man. And I was listening to Shannon Sharp and the whole gang talk about it this morning on First Take. And they're kind of riding with me. They're talking about, the Chiefs win this one. We got some dynasty talk. We got some GOAT talk. But if the Niners win this one, we got some mystery relevant talk, and I'd rather hear more about that than some dynasty talk. So I'm taking the Niners. I'm gonna take Mahomes to throw a pick. I'm also taking Mr. Purdy to throw a pick. I'm taking Mr. Kelsey to score a tutty because he has to do it for his baby mama in the stands. And yeah, that's what I'm rocking with. Plain and simple.
Holmes.
Love it. I am gonna speed run through these real quick. I got 4 specials, 5 regular bets I will make. The 4 specials that I saw in Hard Rock. First one, I'm gonna take both QBs to complete their first pass, minus 120. I'm gonna take a non-QB to throw a pass in the game for plus 165. I definitely think that's gonna happen at some point. Either team, I think it could happen with. I think Mahomes will win the MVP at plus 120, and I think McCaffrey or Travis Kelsey, 2+ TDs, plus 160. Either of them has to score 2 TDs. I like the value there. In the game, I am going to take Chiefs money line. Sorry, Gare. I am going to rock with the Chiefs. It's just too hard to bet against Pat Mahomes right now. So I am going to rock with the Chiefs plus 105. I'm going to take Isaiah Pacheco over 68.5 rushing yards, minus 110. Take Brock Purdy to throw an interception for minus 120. Debo Samuel over 58.5 receiving yards for minus 115. And then Christian McCaffrey, the longest reception over 14.5 yards at minus 105.
Love it. All right. Like you, I'm also taking a non-player to complete a pass. I am taking, as soon as I saw the matchup, the lines, literally the day the lines dropped, I took Chiefs plus 2.5. Felt like a no-brainer. I'm going to take McCaffrey under 90.5 rushing yards. I do feel like he's going to dominate on the ground, but I feel like it'll be more on the passing game like I was talking about earlier. I also like him for an anytime TD because fuck it. Might as well finish out the season like that. You know what I mean? I like Mahomes' alternate passing yards line of over 325 for plus 325. I think he is due to have a massive, massive Super Bowl game. With that being said, I do like that play you were talking about, either Kelsey or McCaffrey over 2 touchdowns. So I may tail you on that. I also have over 1.5 combined interceptions for the QBs in this game. And I have over 2.5 people throw the ball. So that is what I have so far. I'm going to have a lot more because I am not betting much more on football for a while. So Might as well. But yeah, these are the official picks. Also, this wraps up the episode. We fucking did that shit. I literally talked for 3 hours straight. Holy shit. My throat hurts. I'm ready to go to bed. If you watched all the way to this point, thank you. This is a lot of work. We put in a lot of man hours to make this happen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you like the video, please subscribe, please like, please comment. If you're interested in joining the team, just let us know. Shoot, Gary, myself, even Holmes some DMs. We're always down to listen. We will see you guys on the next regular episode, which will be unbettable on Tuesday. Thank you very much. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Have fun with your family. Party. Do not drink and drive. We love you all. We will see you later. Peace.